We know that the Canadian military has ways that it can contribute. We're not going to get ahead of the discussions on how to keep a peace that isn't yet in place, but Canada will be there and is open to doing what is necessary.
Justin Trudeau went down to Buckingham Palace, it appears, to have a audience, it's called, with King Charles on Canadian sovereignty. Let's check out what Trudeau has to say. He lost me with his first statement, Sheila Gunn Reid, by using the phrase, which is now debased, which is, all options are on the table. That's the co-prime minister's language, Jagmeet Singh, and all options were on the table, except the option of, having the government fall before his pension came due. So already Trudeau off on the wrong foot. But let's see what he had to say in terms of his audience with the king.
Prime Minister Starmer said specifically it will mean UK boots on the ground and planes in the air. From your answer, I am taking that will not mean Canadian boots on the ground. Is that, just to finish, is that the case, or are you considering Canadian boots on the ground in the form of peacekeepers down the road?
Every step of the way, Canada has looked at the ways it can best help. And as I've said a few days ago, everything's on the table. We know that the Canadian military has ways that it can contribute. We're not going to get ahead of the discussions on how to keep a peace that isn't yet in place. But Canada will be there and is open to doing what is necessary, but those will be decisions taken in the coming years by Canadians and their government.
Well, Sheila, I don't think there is any appetite in Canada for boots on the ground and planes in the air. There are Canadian troops over in Ukraine training the troops.
Right.
That's about as far as I want to go. And, when it comes to Ukraine needing boots on the ground, since Zelensky really broke things completely on Friday, and it's up to him to fix things with the White House. Well, if Europe is going to come to Ukraine's defense, by all means do so. Germany, Sheila, which has sort of a recent history of, getting involved in world affairs when it comes to warfare. Last I looked, they have 1 million migrant young men that they don't know what to do with. Hey, how about putting them in uniforms and sending them north? I'm okay with that.
I'm just going to drill out on this issue for a second. Trudeau is resigned. Who is he to say he's going to send boots on the ground? He's resigned. He won't unprorogue Parliament. Yep. He has no right or mandate to be making these decisions. Morally and ethically, probably technically he does. But boots on the ground, really? They're going to have to buy their own boots, by the way, because our military is underfunded, decrepit, and woke. And that is definitely not an indictment of those who serve. It's an indictment of the institution.
Of course.
So what is he talking about? We've got our troops sharing sleeping bags, buying their own bulletproof vests or at least protective vests, their helmets. And we've got them using back at home because we don't pay them enough, using food banks. So what is he talking about? Also, where are we going to find the ones that we need to deploy to the border? Because we also promised the Americans that. So what are we going to do? Are we going to send troops abroad, or are we going to secure the homeland here to stave off tariffs? I guess it's Justin Trudeau's choice, and he's supposed to be resigned as the prime minister. So what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, it's less than a week away from March 9th, Sheila, and yet Justin Trudeau is gallivanting around the world, kind of like on the farewell tour of Santa Claus, giving a few billion here, a couple of billion there. But I don't think, Sheila, if you were to put that question in a referendum to Canadians, yay or nay, do you think there is any appetite of Canadians going to Ukraine and getting slaughtered by a superpower?
Do you know what? I would ask the people who are serving in the military, because if you listen to the left, they're like, yeah, throw Canadian boys on the bonfire of this stuff now, based on, their hysterical out of control reactions to a very short clip of a very long press conference with J.D. Vance, Trump, and Zelensky. They're ready to quite literally go to war, but not them go to war, send other people's sons to war. We'll talk about this in a second.
Oh, hi, it's Ezra Levant here in Toronto with an important message because we need your help. Independent journalism in Canada is under attack. Government censors, big tech deplatformers, and the dying legacy media are all working together to maintain exclusive control on the information you receive. They don't want you to hear other voices like ours, and they really don't want you to be informed and to think for yourself. That's why the work we do here at Rebel News is so important. Our on-the-ground reporting, independent news shows, and special content you won't find anywhere else. It's all designed to give you trustworthy information and alternative viewpoints so you can decide for yourself. We don't get government money, and we are not owned by some big global conglomerate. We're funded by people just like you, so please support independent journalism and help us continue our work by subscribing and becoming a Rebel News Plus member today, right here on the page. Go to rebelnewsplus.com.